All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. Today you got me, Fern, Joelle, Ryan, Mike, and our awesome, amazing, esteemed, beautiful, kick-ass guest is none other than Dali May with Jeff Fresh Flowers.
Yeah.
Welcome, Dali.
Thank you, Fern. Thank you.
You can talk now. She was really ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. She started just talking before we even did the intro. I love it.
Hi everyone. Just to give you a little bit of background about me.
Wait. We don't.
No.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun. You're getting too.
This is
just a conversation.
We have to have a little foreplay first.
All right. So, hi everyone. I'm happy to be here at Jeff Fresh.
Now we're gonna say, hey, we took this opportunity. We had Dali May in the office for a few days during Valentine's Rush, and took the opportunity to record
her first Valentine's Rush with Jeff Fresh.
Yeah, we took the opportunity to record a podcast with Dali because she's got a hell of a story. She and I have things in common.
Really?
Yeah, because she was a wholesaler. And I was a wholesaler. And I feel that if you were a wholesaler and you transition to kind of an importer distributor / wholesale, you have a way better understanding of what the customer wants because you've been there.
Yeah, and you dealt with all those retailers. Those guys love you, retailers.
Yeah.
They're high stress. They're crazy.
Love it.
Flower people are crazy, period.
I read an email. I read a message from a wholesaler to a very large, well-respected brand rose grower / distributor here in Miami. And a friend of mine shared it with me. And it was this wholesaler who got the wrong box. And she was like almost in tears with this message. The message was like, you beep it a beep it a beep. You know, it's all just like every other word was an F word.
That's abusive, man.
Every other word was an F word, and you know, just went on and on. It's like, that's why I hate big bookings, because people take shit so damn personally.
This is for one wrong box?
I don't know if it's one or 10.
No, I think it was a couple wrong boxes, but
what's the difference?
But
that's what I'm saying. Like,
this was a week ago, so like, it's not like you don't have the chance to go and get it again somewhere else. Right. You know, it's not like the world is over.
That message, they didn't even let the poor importer.
Did I show you the message?
You did.
Oh.
They didn't let them. They didn't even offer to give them a chance to fix the situation.
I think if you don't work on this side, you just don't know. I mean, there's probably some messages I've sent to my vendors in Miami when I worked, at a wholesaler. And, now that I'm here, I think of it differently. And I went back to a couple of them and apologized. Like, hey, sorry I treated you like crap, man, because I get it. I would never get the out of your control. But now I get it. So
doesn't that leave a bad taste in your mouth, too, as that customer? Like, you would like... The next time they call, you're like, you're not going to forget, obviously, that.
No, because I think people in our business, no matter what side of the business you're in, you got thick skin, But I think that during the holidays, people are burned out, people are tired, people are on edge, and people are ultra sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't there a limit? To a degree.
I mean, we have fired people for going too far.
Right,
Customers
that's what I'm saying.
meaning, like,
yeah.
say, you know what? Fuck you. We're not dealing with you no more. Take your shit down the road. We've done that a couple times.
That email
but
you read.
We've also regretted it.
No, of course. But that email you read, where do you think that fell?
It wasn't an email. It was just like a message.
Do you think it was too far?
I thought it was too far. Especially
if it was your customer, would you cut him?
Because it was a man to a woman, especially. I thought
it was really condescending. It was really inappropriate.
From a man to a woman, you gotta.
You want to talk to me?
We've all done
it.
It's
okay.
We've all done that. We've all been there. We've all done it.
Up.
We've all been there. But There's more choices now than ever before. You're not stuck to one particular box of flowers anymore.
No.
The sky's the limit. You could buy whatever you want from whoever you want. And no, so, but I had 2 delayed airway bills. I bought a bunch of flowers, which would have been great if we would have had them here on time. Great for sales, great for our customers.
This was open market.
Yeah, we would have made it on.
Pre-books.
Yeah, we would have made it on trucks yesterday.
We would have been able to save. We would have been able to save the day for some people. It would have been amazing.
But what happened was I wound up not just laying down about it. I was on top of those cargo agents, and I was on top of the airlines themselves. I got the contact for the manager on the ramp. I got a thief involved to like call somebody in charge to say,
how great it is to have Christine to to be able to support us with those things.
The airline's excuse was they had 2 planes in maintenance and 1 plane was broken. And I'm saying to myself, no, that don't make sense to me, because that same day they said that to me, on my way home, I always cruise the airport ramp on my way home.
You can see it.
And I always cruise it on the way into work on the holidays, because you could judge by how many planes are lined up getting unloaded or how many trucks are staged to get loaded. What's going to happen tomorrow in Miami? You could always tell by doing that. And my dad taught me that when I first moved here 22 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. So that night, I believe it was Wednesday night or Thursday. It was Thursday night. I was driving home, and sure enough, there were 3 Avianca planes getting unloaded and a bunch of other planes. And when I came in the morning, those planes were gone. So,
coincidentally,
they have a lot more than 3 planes, but for me, it's like, okay, you got 3 planes broken or in maintenance or whatever bullshit excuse you want to give us. But you also got planes flying, so you're leaving my flowers behind, and I can't figure out why. I talked to another friend of mine who was telling me that some big companies were flying charter planes, like big bouquet companies were flying charter planes in different places, and that's where the planes probably went. So like they always make this story about the plane is broken, the plane is this, the plane is that, and it's probably true from time to time. But just a week before that, we caught another one with a bullshit story telling our flight was delayed. They said that the plane was in for maintenance, but the guy who handles that cargo that morning called me and he wanted my opinion on why there's so little volume coming out of Ecuador.
Amazing. Same day.
They did not fly. Yeah, so they did not fly because the plane was in for maintenance. They did not fly because that shit was empty.
Can't afford the
He didn't have enough. He wasn't at payload capacity. So, I don't know what you want to cut out of that or what you don't, but we really worked
Leave it.
We worked hard to get those. Finally, we got 1 airway bill at 7 p.m. We got that one. And then like close to 10 o'clock, we got the other one. And our guys in the warehouse came in around 7:15 to unload that first truck. They stayed. 3 guys, 4 guys stayed and inspected flowers, unloaded the truck, broke it down, racked it. And then the second truck came. They said they did the same. They stayed here till after midnight, just so we can have flowers that are heavily demanded available when the sales team walked in the door this morning.
Which was huge.
Yeah. I came in super early to receive everything and release it and price it and make sure. And as you see, it paid off because we sold most of those flowers today.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
I didn't want to distract Dali, but
We have a wonderful, wonderful team and staff, shipping, receiving.
No, we're blessed. We really
Amazing.
are.
the best I've ever worked with. Ever.
Not saying a lot. You've worked in all aspects. You've
Yeah.
worked with
For me,
thousands of people.
For me, yeah. But at first, Dali first got on my radar when she was working in Orlando. Was it
No,
Jacksonville?
No, it was Orlando.
Orlando. Yeah, and I really thought she was really on top of her game.
Do you remember what like, were you buying from them? Are you selling to them? What, you talk to them? Did you visit them? Do you remember anything?
No, it was a
specifically?
Skype message. Like she needed something and her salesperson was busy. I don't remember what it was.
I
But
think it was some orange tulips that you pulled out of cash and carry for me and you helped me out with. It was a while back.
Look at that.
I was
Dali remembers.
desperate and I needed them. And Mike was like, I'll go pack you up some out of the cash and carry. Saved me for a wedding. And
there we go. That's when we first met.
yes.
Okay.
Nice.
But I've known Fernando since the beginning of him being at Jet Fresh. So.
Yeah. Since I took over the account, me and you have been talking.
Exactly.
Dali's always been very professional. She's always on point. You know, Dali's like, look, this came in bad. I need you to fix it. All right, Fern, I'll help you with the other box. Don't worry, I'll help sell it. Maybe I need a discount, maybe I don't. But she was always there, you know, understanding and willing, you know. She always knew we'd come through.
So yeah, Dali. Everybody wants to know where the hell you came from. Right?
All right. So, give you a little bit of history here. I got into the floral industry by accident, actually. It was no family, no friends. Shit, I never even bought flowers before. So, to be honest. And I was 20 years old. And previously, I'd gotten into some trouble. You know, young kid. I thought I was a little gangster or whatever, hanging out with some bad kids in high school. And so graduated high school, tried to go to college, didn't work out. And so trying to redeem myself, I'm like, I'm going to get a job. You know, I'm 19 years old. Let me look for a job. So I heard of an opportunity at Pennock Floral in Orlando. And I just walked in and went to apply. And Marty McCall was the manager at the time. And he hired me to like sweep the floor or pack the boxes or something. It was October 2009. So I was like, all right, I didn't really want to do it, but I'm like, let me just try. Let's see what comes of it. So did that. 3 months later, they opened a new location in Hudson, Florida, and asked me to go there and do some, you know, bookkeeping work, help walk-ins, and went for the grand opening weekend.
Where the hell is Hudson?
I
New
was
York?
just thinking
It's
that.
Hudson,
Yeah.
Florida.
course.
Is
I didn't wanna
by
stop
Newport Richie, by Spring Hill. We have some. It's
East
like
Coast,
north of Tampa,
Okay.
north up the
All right.
coast. Yeah.
I still didn't have it when you started naming the other places.
Yeah, I
was
didn't
like,
know any of
nope.
those places.
The idea was to, you know, target the Tampa market.
The only
but-
Spring Hill I know is the water.
So, grand opening weekend. Marty like throws a pair of keys at me, the bucket truck keys, and he's like, "Hey, this guy is not starting. I need you to go drive this truck tomorrow." I was like, "What? I've never driven a truck."
Talk about a trial by fire.
Right. So he had this. He had Crystal, a good friend of mine. She's in Canada now. He had her take me out for a couple of days and just kind of show me how not to crash, and that's when I started.
Smart way to drive. That's a good way to learn how to drive. Don't learn how to drive. Just learn how to not crash.
And one thing was
All
backing up is not your friend. So there was no backing up because almost every truck got destroyed by backing into something. So I did that. That's how I know a lot of, you know, people in Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete. I did that route for a couple of years. Then I switched. Then I went back to Orlando.
So what was that like, that route? You'd come in the morning and the truck would already be loaded, or you would have to load it up first, or how did that work?
The salespeople that drove the bucket trucks are supposed to come in and load their own trucks in the mornings. Dali, on the other hand, would just come in and somebody had my truck loaded for me. So, because I used to come in late, you know, 20 years old, like, supposed to be here at 5, I'll make it by
Trust me.
6:37.
I know the feeling.
So, but I mean, there was many times when I did also. I wasn't late every day. But yeah, you'd come in, we'd kind of have dibs in the cooler. Marty like loved the bucket trucks. He pushed them. So he'd be like, go in the cooler and get whatever you want. So we'd go in the cooler, load up whatever we wanted for the day. If we had pre-books, we'd load them boxes. There was like 72 buckets on the bucket truck. It was stacked. So I'd always just pick out the novelties, stuff I knew people liked, and lots of stuff from Jet Fresh even at that time. And just go shop to shop. I probably hit like maybe 30 stops a day, 25. It just depends.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Damn,
25
in
or 30 stops is a
in
lot
one
of
day
stops.
Because you go all the way from, St. Pete, Clearwater, all the way down through Tarpon Springs and Holiday, Florida. And
Yeah, Marty loved to send those trucks far.
Oh, yeah.
Was your last stop like your cleanup customer, where they would clean out everything in the truck or whatever was left over?
I did not on that route, but when I took over the Melbourne Vero Beach route, I had a customer who would clean my truck out every Friday.
So did you have to bring stuff back that didn't sell?
Pretty much. I mean, you just leave
Or
it.
did you sell out every time?
You just leave it on the truck and then rotate the product. I didn't have a lot of dump, but every Sunday we'd come in and we'd
So
clean out our trucks.
The truck would
and
plug into the wall or something, and the refrigeration would run?
No, it had the King's thermo,
Okay.
so you didn't need to plug anything in.
So it would just run whenever you needed it.
And then it would also stop when you didn't need it to. So there was a lot of those trips waiting to get it fixed. So we stopped doing them. It's just, it costs a lot. I mean, fuel, maintenance, and when you're going out shop to shop and they're buying 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 bunches, it doesn't add up the way that it should.
You need to be in a more rural area for those trucks to really be. Well, they say it wrong.
Sorry.
Guys
How
are
do you say
dicks.
Rural.
Yeah.
Rural.
Rule.
No, that was the worst
Kidding.
one.
I know, it was intentional.
I was about to say.
So keep going. So keep going.
So I did the Melbourne Vero Beach route, and then
Do you
I
know
was just
Steve from Vero Beach? You remember Steve used to come down?
with the truck. Was it a florist or?
No, Steve.
He drove down here, and he was the man with the plan. He always has a bunch of nice things, like sayings, funny sayings. Edwin knows all his sayings.
How long is a stop?
It just depends. You'd have the customers who, want to finish everything they're doing before they take the time to go out to your truck and see what they need. Some just wanted a couple of bunches here and there. It could take anywhere, from 3 minutes. It could take up to 20 minutes. I had a few customers that I'd hit first because they were the best. So they take all the best novelty stuff and, buy probably as much as the next 10 shops combined would. Wow. So it just depends, on the customer. There's all kinds of shops. There's huge shops, there's small shops, there's wedding shops, so it just really would depend on the customer.
Did you have a favorite type of customer?
I love my wedding and event people, honestly. I mean, I love all my customers, don't get me wrong, but that's mainly what I have worked towards, the last 7-8 years has been focusing on helping with weddings and events, but also handle several retail customers that, I love them all the same, but I just like being able to come through for customers and their brides or, their corporate accounts, and they trust you, and I just like coming through for them, and, they're grateful, so...
All right. So you were in Melbourne, Vero Beach. What year was that?
So 2009, 2010, 2011, I was on the West Coast. So 2012, 2013, I did the Melbourne Vero Beach route.
And then what happened?
Got a little burnt out, and just didn't want to do that. The truck was killing me. You'd be 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. depending on how long your route is. It's 2 hours to get to where you're going. Then you got to hit all the stops and drive back to Orlando. So I just got a little burnt out and decided to take a break. So I left and didn't have a plan, just wanted some time off. And that was 2014. And I just kind of, was that 2014? 2013, sorry. I just kind of got burnt out, left, and then it was 3 months, and then they call me back, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, not driving the bucket truck, They're like, well, you don't have to drive the bucket truck. Come in for inside sales. So came in.
Oh, so you weren't working there for a while?
It was only like 3 months.
Took a sabbatical.
Yeah, 3 months. Came back. And then I did inside sales. I did the supply department sales. I did fresh cut. I helped them in the accounting a little bit.
This is now in Orlando.
This is in Orlando. Yep, all Orlando.
Did your like mentality change about it? Did you like, because you said you were getting burnt out doing the box truck? Did it transition into that, or did you like it better working inside with the sales?
The difference was it's easy to sell when you're face to face with somebody. So when you're on a truck and you get to meet the person, it's like you automatically start building a relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're doing phone sales and if you don't know the person already, it's just a little bit harder to break that barrier. So the bucket truck was harder labor-wise, but the inside sales were harder mentally, I guess you would say. So there was some barriers, but easily broken. I got all the new customers, all the customers that didn't buy, and now some of my biggest accounts are those customers that nobody else wanted, in the beginning. So, and I work with some of the best people, in the floral industry. Mike Suddeth, he taught me everything I know. The guy, 36 years, worked for the same wholesaler, and they just taught me service and quality and how to take care of people. So it was an adjustment working inside sales, but I did end up liking it better than the bucket truck.
It's way better than 30 stops.
Yeah,
out on the road all day.
absolutely.
You drove a truck.
Yeah, 30 stops is a lot.
How many stops were on your route?
I mean, depending on the day, it could be. I would make multiple trips of 20 or 15, but when you're driving the distances that she drove, that's a lot of stops. So my stops, maybe they were 5, 10, 15 minutes from each other. She was like 30 minutes from each other. I mean, that's pretty far. And then when you deliver from just, it's a 5-minute thing. You're in, you're out. When you're selling off the truck, there's business needs to be done. So you got to wait probably, because I did the bucket truck a little bit, so I get it. I actually did it in Europe a little bit as an objective observer. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to talk, but I did do it for a while.
They don't like Americans.
What do you mean you weren't allowed to talk?
Because the route was in France.
Okay, so you went with someone who did all the talking for you. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to talk.
So if you spoke French, you would have been able to talk.
Well, he just thought that an American being around would
deter sales.
Deter sales, yeah. So
why is that? Fucking American.
French people don't like Americans.
But I guess it's the same thing.
French
you pull
people
up.
do not like Americans.
Well, I don't know. I'm talking about 40 years ago. Who knows how it is now? But back then, that's how I was told not to talk.
Us now.
I haven't been in France since, so I don't know. But that's how it was then. Anyway, it was a process. You pull up in front of the place, and you have to wait for whoever's the buyer person to be finished whatever they're doing to come into the truck. And then it's a shopping thing. Like, you got to push. They want to buy. They want to haggle. It takes time. Then you got to write them up. And then you got to close up the truck and go to the next stop. It takes time. So that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Way easier to work inside.
Do you think the fatties are curious why you were in Europe doing that route?
I stayed a while when I was young in Holland. And the guy I stayed with, his son, did that business. And
Why were you in Holland? Why did you stay there?
For schooling.
Flower schooling?
Yeah.
Who sent you there?
My father. Yeah.
So how old were you?
Did he give you the option, or he just send you? Was
Yeah.
Was it like
No.
military school?
No. First I went there with him, and then I liked it, and I don't know. We talked, and it was agreed that I could stay there for a while, so I did. I wasn't there forever. It was a couple months.
That's cool. Not a lot of people get an education like that.
I had no idea, Mike.
Yeah, that's how I got my Dutch
obsession.
Obsession, yeah. You could call it that, because it really was. It really has been. When I first started Jet Fresh, there were companies here in Miami that were Dutch companies only.
Right.
There weren't Pom Pom and Carnation companies selling Dutch flowers at that time.
No.
They are now. But back then it was it was a specialty. It was just something you specialized in. So that has been a big part of our business since,
Yeah, it has.
Do you think people still do that at all?
2010. Huh?
Do you think people do that in the industry at all still?
Do what?
What you did? Go there, live there for a few months and learn that side of the business?
I have in mind to send somebody from here over there for at least a couple weeks. At least a couple weeks. I have that in mind. That's going to happen in 2023.
Joel?
No. No. But
Are we still recording, Joel?
Yeah.
Okay.
no. But I have in mind to send some young people there at my expense for 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever, just to get a really good education and knowledge, and not to be there as a tourist. They're gonna fucking work there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay.
Gonna send
I'm
them
gonna
the easy
pay
flour,
for them to
put
work
them on the
somewhere else.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they're going.
Yeah. They should. They should do that. They should
That's
learn
where
all
they're
that.
going.
They should learn the auction.
Yeah,
They should
they're
do
going
all
to go
that.
to Easy Flour. They're going to go to a Dutch cash and carry.
They
They're
should
gonna go
drive the carts inside the factory, the
All that.
auction house.
all that stuff.
Have you seen that, Dali?
Checklists. Yeah, it's
So
awesome.
yellow cards, man,
Those
that
are-
shit is crazy.
Those are investments. There are also, now that COVID is over, we have people that work here that have not yet been to Holland. They're going. They're going over the next 24 months. They're definitely going to take a trip over there just for, a week. Get a good education. I think everybody who sells Dutch flowers, if you haven't been to Holland,
If you haven't seen
You're-
the auction,
you're not. I did it a lot years ago.
you sent
almost everybody.
You sent almost everybody. You sent
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I wonder how different the landscape and everything is going to be changing in the next couple of years with everything going on. Do you think it's going to...
Well, there are definitely less growers in Holland operating. Imports are way up, but it still doesn't change the dynamic and the mindset of how they do business, not just in Holland, but in Europe overall.
And they have that infrastructure to
Yeah.
be the central point regardless.
Yeah. There are some wholesale chains out there like Mayesh and those guys who, in my opinion, do it the European style,
Mhm.
that they put it all out there, and I think they do a really fine job of that. I know, I don't know of many others,
I think
but
it's really only them and Floramet.
no, yeah, Floramats, there's a few, but that's the right way to do it, in my opinion, and it needs to. I feel like you're better off if you're going to be selling something to somebody who sells that product to know the backstory, to know like where did it come from and how what I consider the real flower people, how they
Operate.
They should do next gen Holland or something like
They
that.
should.
They
Next
really
gen.
should.
should.
That education would be amazing.
They should.
for
The
those
problem
guys.
is everyone will be stoned and nobody's going to do any work.
Hey,
Hey, I'm sorry.
We are
I'm
very
sorry. We are
productive
very
stoners
productive
here.
stoners. Okay.
That's true.
Stoners. Stoners.
I remember
can
when I
work.
took Casey to Holland. I went to bed. He goes, "I'll be back later."
Yeah.
We were our hotel was right on top of the
You went to the
Bulldog.
Bulldog. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was down in the Bulldog.
Is that where they have the red light?
Red light district.
The
Yeah.
red light district is the craziest thing. Like during the day, the women are still out there in the windows, but there'll be a family walking around with their kid in a stroller, and they're stopped right in front of a window, looking at a map, trying to find something, and the lady's just dancing in the window.
I thought it was only for men though.
No. That whole district is.
They have a window for everything. Doesn't matter what you are.
Be careful where you go out there.
There's windows there for everything. But yeah, people that haven't been to Holland in this company are even in the near future. Now that it's safer to travel,
We'll be gone.
will be gone. My plans were kind of put on hold for 3 years. I haven't even traveled much,
No.
but all that's going to change in the near future. So please continue, Dali.
All right. So left for a few months, came back and worked inside sales, started building some really good relationships there.
Was Marty McCaw in Orlando at this point, or was he still with the company?
He was that year, the same time when I came back. He was there for a few more months, and then he left. He went up to work in the New Jersey location. And then Scott came in. He became the new manager of the location.
Scott,
There's that story.
Your current
My
husband.
current husband. banging the boss, you know. No, just kidding.
That's how Dali
that
kept her job.
No, but anyways, so that's when really he pushed me to.
I'm sorry. I do think it. You do need to clarify if it was actually. You're talking about your actual husband.
Yeah, her actual
The
husband.
way you said it made it sound like work husband, so I wasn't sure if the audience would make sure they would clear on that.
Anyways.
So you're banging Scott.
I wasn't at the time. No, sir. No. So he became the new manager, of course. And that's the year that I really took off. That was my first year hitting $1 million in sales. Actually, I think 1.2 was the year that he came.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
It was a new experience. It was a different perspective. Somebody younger in the industry who wanted to try doing things a little bit different. And once I hit the 1.2, I never looked back. I was there until 2016. I left the company again. We had a new manager come in, Mike Malone. He was a great guy. I learned a lot from him. He was a longtime board member of the Pennant Company, and he really taught me how to buy properly, how to, cut down on shrink. And so definitely learned a little bit from every single manager that I had.
You've had a lot of good flower mentors.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be able to grow up in industry with some old school, mainly people from up north. Most of them were. So at that time, I loved the guy, but Scott actually got promoted. He moved to New Jersey. He ended his relationship. I ended my relationship, and we just kind of got together. So I was like, you know what? I was flying to Philly every weekend to see him, or he would fly down. So I was like, this isn't working. He was working for Pennock up there. And so I was like, I gave them my notice. Cordial, everything was great. They were sad to see me go. Nobody had any idea what was going on. So went up to Jersey. We got married. They let him go like a week later.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did they find out? Why did they let him go?
I mean, they found out. I don't know why they let him go. The reasoning was a no-call, no-show. However, you have the emails to, let HR know, like, hey, I'm sick. I'm not coming in today. What really happened? I don't know. Don't really care. But we ended up, I actually, at that time, the day he got fired, I flew to California because I was like, what am I going to do now? So it's like, I got to find something to do from home in the floral industry. So I'm good friends with Amber. She worked at Fresh Pack when Fresh Pack was still around. And she's like, yeah, fly to Cali. I'll teach you how to sell California products. So I was like, all right. Landing in California, get the phone call. Yeah, I got fired. I was like, oh, shit. Well, I'm just going to enjoy my time in California then. So flew back to Jersey. By the time I flew back and landed, he had the whole house packed. And we got in the car and we drove back down to Florida.
Holy shit.
So back in Florida, I'm like, oh, man.
What year is this?
This is 2016.
2016.
So March 28th, my anniversary, my Jetfresh anniversary, my husband and I's anniversary. And we drove back down, and I was like, man, I can't go back to Pennock, so what am I going to do? So I have some good friends over at Carlstead's Orlando. I know Alice, the owner, and Jeffrey Edmondson was there then. So they're like, hey, come work for us. Be an assistant manager. So sure. All right, I'll do it. Went to work there. I was there for like 2 months, and the manager at the time, Tim Lister, he left. He had some personal stuff going on, and like, oh, Dali, you're the interim manager now. So I was like, great. I loved working there. It was just a lot of early hours, coming in at 4:00 in the morning to unload trucks, and it's just still not what I was looking for. I wanted to serve the customers, but I also wanted to find a better way to do it. So I stayed with them for a while, and I loved it. Still have a great relationship with all of them. Love Alice, love Robin.
They're
hey guys,
great.
if you're listening,
Awesome people.
love y'all.
They're great.
Learned a lot there too. Learned a lot from Jeff Edmondson. Learned a lot from Alice. Just contributed to my education of customer service and how you're supposed to treat people. And I ended up leaving there. I took a little break. I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. I was gonna go work for Miraflor in Miami. I tried that for a few weeks. Barbie's a good friend of mine, and
Barbie Cooley?
yes,
Yeah, she's very nice. Hey, Barbie.
hey Barbie. She was like, come work for us, and it was just very different. They sell all wholesalers. I'd never sold a wholesaler in my life. So I felt a little bit lost. I was working from home for the first time. So it was a great opportunity. I learned there too. It was just like, this is not working for me. So third time's a charm, right? Pennock hits me up. I end up going back there again, and lots of things happen there. Lots of changes. The Orlando store started to consolidate with the Jacksonville store. They moved locations. So Jacksonville became the distribution center to service all of Florida and then Georgia. Then I started a route in Hilton Head, South Carolina. I went up there for a week and opened up some new accounts. It was a lot of work, especially with the pandemic happening. We didn't have people at all. And the hours were long. Got to buy it, you got to sell it, you got to pull it. Sometimes you have to deliver it, and it wears on you, man. So full circle, from the bucket truck to doing everything in the end. But I'm so thankful and grateful I'm grateful for Pennock. They gave me an opportunity. If it wasn't for them, I probably maybe would have never even been in this industry. I would have never known. So I've learned a lot from Tom Logue and everybody else. So, thanks, Pennock. Appreciate you for setting me up for success here. So.
Look at that. That is true. You had some really awesome mentors in the Pennock company and in Carlsted's and, your way up. So you transitioned, though.
I did. You
transitioned. You kick ass last year. Last year was your first year. Dali hit her first sales goal first year. You started at the end of March, so you did it in
basically April 1st. Yeah.
9 months. Good job. Kick ass.
Thank you.
So tell us how it was.
Do we know? I'm sorry to interrupt you there. Do we know if that is the fastest one to do it? 9 months? Is that as the first?
In the first year, it should be.
It could be.
At least from my time on.
I don't think I've ever tracked that before, but it sounds right.
You got some work to do, Mike. I'm kidding.
What can I tell you?
Let's just claim it now. Let's just say it was. It was
Right,
the fastest to be done.
So that was the fastest time anybody did that.
Okay, round of applause
All right,
right there.
So let me tell you guys a little bit about my transition. December 2021, I left Pennock, Jacksonville, and guys, I swore I was just done with the floral industry. I'm like, I keep saying it and I keep saying I'm going to go find something else to do, and then everything else is just so boring.
Your husband Scott did that. He left the industry, right?
Yes.
And he's working in IT right now.
Yes.
I didn't even know he was in the industry. I only knew he was in IT. I just learned that he was in the industry with you.
I knew he was a manager at Pennock. I knew him, but I never met him in person until, he came down with Dali.
Did you try anything else when you left and you were done with the industry? Were you like, I'm going to go do this?
I mean, I looked into trying something, but
what?
did I ever? There was like this. I did. I tried this software selling service. Right? They're like brand new software company. You're gonna just sell software. Well, it ended up being like telemarketing, where you like call people to set up a preview or like an appointment for a presentation, and it was just like pounding your head into the wall all day. It was like, we want you to make 200 calls a day, and you're just calling all these people who don't want anything. So So it was just so. Anyways, left. We moved back from Palm Coast to Orlando. My husband works close to Orlando, so spoken to Mike a few times. We kept in touch, and Mike was like, "So, what are you planning to do in the future?" I was like, "I don't know." I told him, I said, "Listen, Mike, I really hate the floral industry right now." I was like, "I'm turned off. I don't think I could do it. I want to throw up thinking about it." And he basically told me that so did everybody else before they came to work with him and his team. So
I was done. I was ready to go. I was like, I'll sell anything to anybody. I will never look at another fucking flower ever again. That was my mind. And then I had a conversation with Mike, and
and that's how I
awesome.
felt too. Yeah. And, and my husband again, I'm like, I'm going to tell him again, I'm thinking about the flower industry. And he's like, he came to me and he was like, we should go down and talk to Mike and Fern and everybody. He's like, you seem like you need this stress in your life. He's like, but at least at least you won't be working, 14, 15 hours a day. He's like, you'll be, work normal hours. And so it came down, and the rest is history, man. It's just been such a great year. It's been my best year in the floral industry.
Wow.
The best team, the best support, the best buyers. I mean, I don't know if I've told a customer no yet, on something they wanted, except if it's Lily of the Valley. You guys ain't getting it, so don't ask me. But transition's been phenomenal from the very first day. Some great people here, man. Jimmy the Tulip, he's helped me so much with just navigating customers, navigating the system, and Casey and Fernando and Celine and Jesse. I mean, just Tina, everybody here is just like a team. I can call them at any given time, text, ask for help. If I don't have something and they have it and it's an emergency, they give it to me. And the support is unparalleled. I've never seen anything like it. And the reason I'm successful within my first year, and I'm going to be successful going forward, is because of my team. And I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Good job, Joel.
He's catching on, guys. He's catching on.
Well, we could use the sound effects when we don't have
moment.
Does
when we
the
don't
new
have the
board have
Zoom.
sound effects?
I was waiting for
It's
that
got
right
stuff.
moment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
We haven't figured out what it's got yet,
Okay.
but yeah. But when we don't have a Zoom, we can do the sound effects live. Otherwise, we have to add it in.
Can't you get
afterwards.
you should be able to get a soundboard and plug one in, right?
Well, with the new,
We can have an iPad here, playing applause and stuff too.
Mac
back-
plugged
yeah.
in.
and I can add some new sound effects with the new one.
Yeah, you need to be Fred from the Howard Stern show. That's what you need to be. He doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
That's your movie assignment. Private Parts.
That's it. That's an assignment.
Private Parts with Howard Stern.
We
I'll
gotta
watch this one.
You
I'll
need to
watch.
watch it because
I'll
it's
watch it, I'll
relevant
watch it,
to
I'll
your
watch it.
Grab
job.
your phone and set an alarm. Grab your phone, set an alarm. Remind
Howard's-
yourself. Private
Parts with Howard Stern. Pay attention to what Fred does.
You got to give him the $2 to rent it.
I'll give you.
No.
I'll buy you the CD if you want. Listen,
No one has seen
Stream
this.
it.
mostly what you got to do is pay attention to Fred's job because I want you to be the new Fred.
What's it called again?
Private Parts.
Howard Stern, Private
Howard
Parts.
Stern.
WN BC. WN BC.
Do you recall the conversations to bringing her on? Do you remember your pitch? Like you went out and got her essentially. Like she was out and you.
I am like the dog catcher picking up all the strays.
He's like the parrot.
I'm a dog.
You knew she was out there stray, and
Who
you were
told
like,
you I
did
was
you
a dog?
What kind of
you
dog?
You went
Yeah.
after her, right?
Yeah,
He's like the Pat Riley.
yeah,
He is the Pat Riley.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT at it.
yeah. No, I have like talent radar for whatever that means. Like I could tell somebody who knows their shit, and more importantly, whether they're happy or not, I could tell if they have passion for what they're doing and knowledge of what they're doing. And you can't train anybody for that. You have to have it's got to be part of your DNA, in my opinion. And I was like, let's talk, man. If you're out there, on the side of the road.
Pick you up
Stray
straight.
That's how we've gotten 2 of our dogs at the house.
Hey.
I had talked to Jesselyn, actually. I believe it was Jesselyn. She's like, hey, man, Dali's not working. You should talk to her. I think she was Jesselyn, if I'm not mistaken. And then I said, yeah, okay, you're right, because I had talked to you myself a few times. And the only conversation I distinctly remember is saying, you will sell this much in your first year. I told her, like, I'll guarantee it, that you will do so much.
And I assume she beat that number?
She beat that number, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't believe she'd hit that number. She beat that number.
She beat that number, yeah. So, and I also met Scott, too. I had an interview with him as well. You know, he's letting his wife work with us, and he was super cool. We went out for dinner, right? I went up there. We went out for dinner, and got to know a little bit about him, as well as Dali, and yeah. And we weren't looking to hire remote people either, you know, but it was COVID.
Actually, we had made a rule: no more remote people. We had made a rule.
But you know, I just felt like she could bring real value to our company, and I thought she'd be successful and a good fit.
She belongs in the land of the misfit.
Yeah.
It was the puppy eyes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, so I just, you know, I want to make our people feel, especially if you're in sales, like you're running your own little business within our business. That's where you're at, right? You're like,
absolutely, Mike. And if I may, you do just that, Mike, and so much more. You know, being in the industry for all of these years, I'd never visited a grower. I'd never visited a farm. I was never sent anywhere to learn. And after my first month here, Mike took me to Ecuador, and that was an experience. You know, I value the farm so much more, the workers, the processes, especially at our farm. I mean, Mike takes care of everybody. It's phenomenal. Went to Ecuador for a few days. Just got to see the rose process from the beginning to the end, from the planning stage to the harvesting to shipping. Also last year went to Canada with Fern to visit Rosa Flora and to learn those processes. So I love the fact that it's all about education. If you don't educate your people, they're not going to know. And that's one of the best things here is like you're constantly learning. Every single day we have meetings, videos. We have groups, chat groups that we send each other videos and products and encouragement, and just all the tools are here. And if you're not successful here, then you just don't belong here, in my opinion. And I love it. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, man.
Amen.
That's great. Thank you.
Amen, for real.
That's great.
But Dali's been amazing as well. Dali brings a skill set, definitely takes care of her customers. Her customer service is extreme. She makes sure everyone's happy, and, she takes the time, uses all the tools that she has, when she needs a video or she needs a box checked or anything, or just a picture. She uses all the right tools, and she makes sure that her customers are happy. And she's taken some customers that other people had that they weren't doing so well with and blown them up and handled accounts extremely well, as if, another sales rep never left them. She's done amazing work.
She's also willing to go to the trade shows. She's willing to, come down
She's a
here on
team
the
player.
holidays. She's
She's
team
here
player.
now. She's here right now.
She said it yesterday. She loves being in the cooler during the holidays. She's out working
Yeah,
in the
she
cash
told
and
me too.
carry. She was selling
Yeah.
and wheeling everybody out there too.
Takes her back to her roots.
She's
her
got that
wholesaler.
experience. That is my favorite thing I ever did, was that bunch by bunch, cash and carry, wholesale turnover, That was my favorite thing to do, and be with the people and, pack it out, and bunch it up and wrap it up and pack it.
Yeah, I agree. The excitement during the holiday out there too, the rush.
Yeah,
of everything.
that was always my favorite part of all the things that I've done.
I can see
And
that.
you really get to see the beauty of the flowers. Whereas
Yeah.
where you're selling by the box, it's just, like, what you're selling. It's beautiful. But when you walk in that cooler, it's just a different feeling, man.
It's inspiration every
Yeah,
Yeah.
every single time.
I wish we had more space. We have so tight space. If we had more space, it would be done in such another level. It would be on another level if we had more space.
Just think back to that little spot, the little patch of concrete you had where it began, in front of the stairwell.
bouquet, in front of the
Yeah.
stairwell, right there.
Funny enough, I started in front of the door of Pennock.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. JA, right? Building.
In JA Flower Service,
Yeah.
yeah. It was Tom Worth and Joy Jenkins and
Sunshine.
Sunshine. And
Her and Ashley are big Disney girls.
yeah.
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 And Carol.
Yeah.
Was there. So yeah, they were right outside the door. I had a desk right outside their door, adjacent to the bathrooms.
I remember.
Yeah.
Our offices just kept moving all around their office.
Yeah,
like
they
we were
kept
next to them, then
Yeah,
behind them. and then
behind them, around the corner from them.
could always
Is that where
hear
my
them.
aunt was at? That small space?
Yeah.
Your aunt was my first employee,
Really?
non-family member. Yes. Yes, your aunt is one of the founding fathers of this company. Yes, she is. She
I remember that phone call when you asked for her number.
yeah.
I remember that phone call. Do you think she's working? Do you think she's happy? I'm like, she's working at a chicken wing spot. She's not happy. She was working at that bar back there. It was they
Yeah.
sold wings and beer. She was not happy.
Yeah, no, she was perfect for the job that I had in mind for her. She definitely helped lay some bricks to the foundation for sure. And I miss her. I do miss her. But we have never forgotten where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm forever grateful for the ones that helped us in the beginning, You got me all mushy now.
Oh, well, sorry.
Here's a tissue, Mike.
No, I
No, when I get tired, I get sensitive and emotional.
we will have more space in the future. We will
What
have
are you laughing
the
at,
right
man? I've been up
spike.
all night trying to get these fucking boxes in the warehouse.
For those listening, it's the Sunday before Valentine's Day.
It's currently 12:07 p.m.
We're almost there at the end. So.
Caffeine is not even affecting
Nothing's
me.
working anymore.
No.
Been a
Just water.
long
No.
holiday.
No.
Nice long.
I get more
weird,
energy from a
crazy
banana
holiday.
than I do a cup of
You
coffee.
guys won the lot. We won the lottery of cargo plane issues this year.
No,
It was great.
we
the
jinxed
whole
it.
ho-
We
yeah,
jinxed
we
it.
did.
we
that
jinxed
after
it
we had
because
the
I said, man,
podcast
these
with
planes
Kevin-
are coming
with Kevin.
not even on time. They're
No
coming
delays.
early. They came early.
No delays. Mike was
You know?
yelling at us. Why are these boxes here so early? Because there's no delays.
There's no delays. Yeah, the cargo planes were on time. And the minute I said this is great, the cargo planes are on time. Boom.
There it goes out the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah, 3 planes for maintenance. If you believe that bullshit, I don't believe a word of it.
But we will have a bigger space, guys, and I can't wait to see how we as a company lay that out. How it's gonna look.
We're gonna have to build up. I think that's what we have to do. 2 floors.
No,
That's what you know what? That's what Mike said in the future. That's what that's the only way we're gonna be able to grow
Yeah.
as a city. There's no more land essentially.
there are industrial warehouses now that are multi-levels. Yeah, multi-levels with big ramps for tractor trailers to drive up there and all that. That is the future. That is the future, but
Not in this building.
not here.
No. Fucking parking lots caving in.
I had it. They came last night and fixed it.
But it rained. That's
when we get
like
crazy heavy rain, that one spot, there's literally a pothole that just like keeps opening up. And
No, because the landlord did some shit out there. We don't even know what they did. They tore open the parking lot, and I believe that's what was responsible for our water bill to be $5,000 is whatever the hell they were doing out there, because our water bill hasn't been that big since then.
well, also, yeah.
So they were using our water. They opened up a giant valve of water. I don't know what they did, and then they left, and from that moment on, it keeps sinking. It keeps sinking. So I talked to the landlord. I wrote the property manager, and I copied the big shot landlord guy on there saying, hey, man, it's Valentine's. I got a giant hole in my parking lot. And they came last night and fixed it. So I got to say thank you. But I don't know why it keeps sinking. It was fine before they touched it. I don't know what they were doing down there. I don't know.
It was fine, and our water bill was good.
I don't know what they did down there, but whatever it is, they didn't fix it right. That's what happens when you use Mickey Mouse contractors instead of like a real contractor. No offense, Dali. I know you're from Orlando.
Wouldn't Mickey Mouse mean high quality or like more
No.
expensive?
No, I don't know why.
No, I don't know why Mickey
Nowadays,
Mouse.
I mean,
guess 'cause
nowadays.
it's a cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I would think because it's
It's a
for
cartoon.
kids.
It's for kids.
Okay.
I don't know why we call things
I,
Mickey
I
Mouse.
relate everything Disney to expensive now. So.
Disney is expensive. God.
You haven't seen anything yet with Disney. They don't have their own country anymore.
Oh, they got rid of the
their
whole
prices-
Vatican
their
situation.
prices-
Yeah.
They're about to get it back, though. They're about to get it
Oh,
back.
really?
Yeah. They bowed down. They fired the guy, and they're bowing down to Ron DeSantis.
Okay. All hail Ron DeSantis.
That's what it was. Let's keep.
Trump's mad at DeSantis because he wants to make a run, and Trump's scared of the guy.
I don't know. This is not a political
We'll
podcast.
be here for another 2 hours.
So keep your politics to yourself.
I'm sorry. Is there anything on the negative side from your transition coming into Jeffers? You can't
Yeah.
it can't all be perfect and butterflies.
Yeah, don't hold anything
Don't
back.
hold anything back.
No,
Because this is the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. So
it took me a little bit to get adjusted to working from home and not, being in the warehouse all the time, running around helping customers. It was an adjustment to get on schedule. I would say, like, hey, from this hour to this hour, you stay in the office, you leave at this time for lunch, just to kind of get some structure going, because it's easy to just not do anything if you're working from home.
do you find yourself watching more Jerry Springer?
No,
Working from home? Oh.
no.
Right
So
there. Jerry.
I've got
So,
a
I was telling you,
routine
it's Price
going.
is
you
Right
know?
and Deal or No Deal.
Oh.
That's the daytime at home.
On the rare
TV.
occasion where I used to work from home
These are the days
or be
of
out
our
sick,
lives.
I used to watch Jerry Springer. That's where I get that from.
Isn't he a mayor, Jerry Springer?
I don't know.
I thought that was.
I don't know,
I
but-
thought that was Steve. His,
So Steve was Jerry Springer's bouncer.
but
and
he
now
has
he's got
his own talk
show.
show.
And he's better. I think
Let me
Steve is
tell you,
better
That
than
guy went from security guard
yeah.
to talk show host.
So you
That's
know what
impressive.
I like? I always watch Steve when I'm homesick. Always. And my favorite part about, and I've watched him on YouTube. My favorite part about Steve is he always wants to beat the shit out of the baby daddy.
Yes.
He was a mayor.
He always wants to beat the shit.
What does it say, Joel?
He was the mayor of Cincinnati.
There you go.
Jerry Springer was.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Starting in April last year, and the summer was tough. That summer's usually tough, so it took a lot of mental willpower to get through it to get to September.
I know the feeling.
And I'd rather be here where the flowers are. The downside is, like, if my customer asks me to check a box, I work remote, I can't actually put my own eyes on it. Thankfully, I have a great team that it's the same thing. If I look at it, they do. But sometimes you just want to see the flowers, man. Like, so those would be my only. That would be it probably for not so great for our transition, but I'll work through it, and I really have no complaints. Not just because you guys are here, but
Oh,
You passed the test.
boom.
That was a trick question.
Oh man, Freddy's calling me. I'm in trouble.
Freddy.
Yeah, Ariemma's.
Put him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I
take a
I
call
met
live.
him
Go ahead, take a call live.
We can plug it in if you really want to
in
do
Tampa,
it.
Yeah.
right?
Wait.
Mike,
The world should hear
he was
Freddy
in
Ariemma.
Tampa.
Wait, hold on.
Freddie, no, he's in
Wait,
Staten
wait,
Island.
Cord's
New
right
York.
No, he
there,
was
right
in
behind you.
Tampa for the plant show.
Yes.
Here, hold on.
I met him.
Oh, really?
The adapter?
He's my oldest customer. He's been my loyal customer over 40 years.
Uncle Freddy.
Yeah, he feels guilty if he buys flowers somewhere outside of here. I tell him, you got to do what you got to do, man. This is not going to mess up the recording, is it?
No.
Okay, Cool. We're gonna call Uncle Freddy Ariemma now. He wants a pallet
Make sure
of
the button.
bouquets.
Yep.
It's recording already.
But make sure the
Yeah.
the second middle button. Yeah, I heard it. It sounds right on mine. No,
Make
no,
sure
don't
you
turn it
tell
on.
him he's on the.
Your headphones.
Hello.
Freddie.
Hello.
Freddy.
Freddie.
Michael, what's wrong with the phone over there? You got shit phones, huh?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Can you
Where
hear
are
me?
you? In Ecuador?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Where's the fucking video?
It's on the... I made a video just now. It's on that thing. What WeChat?
What thing?
He sounds like Edwin. He sounds like Edwin
WeChat.
making up a story.
It's on
WeChat.
WeChat? What the hell's that?
What's that?
Oh, what chat? Whatever the fuck chat it is. Wait a minute. Let me look.
What's that?
You sent
What's
it.
that?
You sent it to me on WhatsApp.
Yeah, you guys are fucked up over there, I tell you.
So listen, you're being recorded right now. You're on the podcast.
You got to be kidding. That's not cool.
Why not?
That's like cursed on there.
No, that's okay. We're rated R. It's not a problem.
We're rated
Oh,
R,
that's good.
Freddie.
Rated R
It's
is good.
okay.
Yeah. So you're here with
Rated R is
Ryan,
good.
Dali, Joel, Fernando, and me.
Sorry I
Wow.
missed your call, Uncle Freddie. We were recording, but we decided to bring you in. What happened?
No, I forgot to get the little roses and the diamond thing. That's the best selling thing I used to have. I don't have any here. You forgot. You're not a good salesman.
The what?
The
The little-
mini
the little-
bouquets? Oh,
The
the little preserves.
The little roses.
The
little
jewel
mini
cases.
Jewel
roses.
boxes.
The fake ones.
We can overnight
The
it.
fake
We
roses.
could FedEx them tomorrow to you.
Well, when am I going to get them? After Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Keep them for Mother's Day.
I'll buy them. I'll buy new ones for Mother's Day.
I'll
I'll buy
set
the
an
different
I'll
color
set an
ones.
alarm, Freddie. I'll make sure to get to you before Mother's
It's
Day.
a bad sales guy, right, Freddie?
Yeah, he's the worst. I tell you, you're losing nothing but money with him. he don't answer the phone, and then he forgets to send people stuff. If you forget to sell stuff, I mean, I'm old. I can't remember everything.
Sorry,
He's
Freddie.
young, Fern. He shouldn't
Sorry,
forget
Freddie.
nothing.
Freddie, tell Dali how long we've been friends and you've been my
I'd say it's
customer.
pretty close to 50 years, no? Right, Mike?
No, 40 years closer to, I say.
Oh, 40 years,
45,
yeah, 40 years.
40, 45. I ain't that old,
Yeah,
Freddie.
40, 45.
Yeah.
You were a little kid when I used to come there.
Yeah.
Tell everybody the chicken cutlet story, Freddie.
Well, the chicken cutlet. Mike came in the store and grabbed one of my father's chicken cutlets. He got a little pissed off at Mike. He yelled at the poor guy. I told Mike, what are you yelling at the guy for? He's my friend. Right, Mike?
That,
He beat up my father.
that isn't the whole story. The story was, Dolly, that Freddie was one of my biggest customers. I used to send him truckloads of bouquets. Truckloads. And this is before the supermarkets had so many flowers, And I would let any Mother's Day or Valentine's Day or Easter, didn't matter what holiday, I was sending Freddie a lot of bouquets. And,
Tons of bouquets.
yeah, and then after the holiday, I went over to pick up the payment,
Fazul.
and and Freddie's office at that time was a little closet behind his father's kitchen. His father had a deli, very famous deli, Ariemma's Deli on Highland Boulevard, Staten Island. My sister-in-law used to shop there all the time for her deli meats and bread and other stuff. Anyway, so I'm waiting for Freddie, and he's counting, and I'm standing outside the door because there's no room for two people in that closet. So I'm standing outside the door right next to this giant tray of just fried chicken cutlets. And I'm standing there, and I'm starving. And I'm smelling it, and you ever see like the dog when he's about to get a biscuit, how the drool starts coming? That's what was happening to me. And I nobody was looking, so I grabbed one. I started eating it. Get that fat fuck out of my kitchen. Get that fucking guy out of here, right, Freddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father beat him
I
up.
was never allowed in there ever again. I was banished from the
The
store.
chicken cutlet thief.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was worth it. That cutlet was good. I still remember that. Yeah.
Mike,
What?
you remember that time my truck got robbed in front of your place there in the 28th Street?
No.
You don't remember? They broke the window of the truck and stole all my stuffed animals.
Was it the dump truck?
No, I think it was the van.
He used to come when I first met him. He didn't come. He came to pick up his roses in a dump truck.
That was a nice dump truck I had. I wish I still had that dump truck.
He came in a dump truck, landscaper's dump truck. That's what he used to use. Because he's a hustler. He started selling flowers outside his father's deli, and then slowly became the king of Staten Island. I don't know. People come from all over to buy from him because he's a house of quality. He doesn't skimp on the quality.
How's Valentine's looking for you, Freddie?
It doesn't look too hot right now. I hope it gets busy. It's not busy yet. The boys are making stuff. I got some roses today, and then 50-centimeter roses. They had some really, really nice varieties in there.
I told you. That was a score.
Really nice varieties.
Yep.
I mean, some of them look like keenies in there.
Yep. The guy's got that was a good opportunity that we got there. I told you.
They look like keenies, the ones in their 50s.
Okay, well, charge more for them.
I got to separate them. You better believe it. I want to take them out of there.
Did he buy the bouquets from TPIE?
Did you buy the bouquets from that guy at TPIE? From
Yeah, they suck. They're bouquets.
I told you.
I think we had this conversation in Tampa.
I told him.
They sure look good at the show, I'll tell you that.
Brother, bait and switch.
Bait and switch.
He's got a bad memory.
You better believe it.
You got a bad memory. You made me buy them for you at least twice in the past.
I'll tell you what the bad memory. I have such a bad memory.
And
right?
he said, "Don't ever give me that shit again." And then you call me from the show saying, "Hey, look at these beautiful bouquets."
Look, let me tell you something. The little arrangements from Esmeralda, right? Now, for Mother's Day, they went up, the price like doubled from one year to the next. So Mother's Day, I tell you, these things are too much money. I can't sell them no more. And I ordered them again for Valentine's Day. Because I forgot from Mother's Day to Valentine's Day because I wrote it down after Valentine's Day. And then after Valentine's Day, when the price went up. So now they're impossible to sell. They cost almost $20.
Yeah, I don't sell them anymore except for your order. You're way better off with those aqua bouquets from Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're way better off with those.
That guy's out now. I can't.
But all in all, how's the quality of these beautiful roses I sent you?
They're all beautiful. The roses, all beautiful.
Okay.
The reds are beautiful too.
Okay.
Reds are real nice.
Okay.
Not as good as your farm, but they're almost as good.
I don't have reds in my farm. We only have a few.
I know you don't like reds.
Once he gets wiggly.
Well, no. The problem is that
roses.
we can't compete with the big companies on an annual basis with red roses. We're a boutique farm. We have boutique
you're better
flavors.
off with all these different varieties anyway.
Yeah.
The red ones suck. I hate red roses.
Me too. I'm with you on that.
I hate red roses.
Next Valentine's, we're gonna have T-shirts. F red roses.
Well, take a look at my video. I made a video with your flowers just now.
Yeah.
It's on the Instagram.
So if you're listening and you're anywhere near Staten Island, New York, what's your address, Freddie?
1802 Highland Boulevard.
1802 Highland Boulevard, Ariemma's Garden Center, the house of quality. Do you remember back in the good old days, you would call me, it would be Mother's Day, say, send me another truck. Yeah. I would make extra because I knew he would want it. And he was send me more. The guy had a line down the block.
I used to sell 80,000 stems of roses.
On Valentine's.
In one day. No more.
How the times have changed.
Yeah.
Well, they sell roses everywhere. They sell them in CVS. They sell them in Walgreens. They're crap, but the people buy them anyway. They don't care what they look like.
All right, so if you want quality, you got to go to Ariemma's. Go see Freddy.
Only the good customers come here. Now all the bums, they go to buy whatever. They get the roses like that. They give them the roses that are half dead. I mean, that ain't going to get you any points bringing dead roses home, I don't think, anyway.
There you go.
Julie loves my roses. I bring them home, but she goes wild.
Awesome. Freddie, we're going to call you later. I'm going to call you later. Have a good one. Kick some ass this Valentine's, Freddie.
Bye, Uncle Freddie.
Bye, guys.
Send me the video.
Enjoy your day.
All right.
I'm going to send it to you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
He's so funny.
He's so funny.
What a character.
Love that man.
I knew he was going to get shit bouquets from that guy.
And the
all the
funny
bums
thing
by
is,
everywhere else.
we had the conversation with him
we
there.
definitely said it at the show.
But I told him not to buy them because the guy always has nice on the
Well-
samples, and then when you get it, it's
Will they
nothing
know who it is because we said TPIE show?
Nah.
No, there was
only
a
other
few people.
flower-
There was
this is the only other-
Budsy. Budsy was there.
Let them figure it out if they want to. I just don't want to say the guy's name.
All right.
But I knew it was going
They
to
can
happen.
guess. They can guess.
He's
It's
gonna
okay.
know.
So, Dali,
Yes.
if there was any advice. Oh, wait. We got to ask Dali questions.
Yeah.
You going to do questions?
What
Yeah.
questions?
Definitely got
Brian's
to do
got
the
some
questions.
Especially the most important
Especially
question.
the most
Oh, I
important
wanted
question.
to make a phone call, actually.
Hi, Nixa.
Yeah, how you doing? This is Mike. I'm calling you from the Two Fat Guys podcast. I was wondering if I could ask you a question. We're trying to settle a bet.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
Personally, I'd say no.
Boom.
Hold on. But she said personally. What about professionally?
Yeah, professionally.
As a hot dog professional.
Yeah.
If somebody came in and asked me if I had sandwiches, I'd say no, I have hot dogs.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Need to omit that.
That was the official representative
It was.
of the hot dog selling
It was.
company called what? Who was that?
It was. I'll have to concede.
Who was it?
That was Nick's famous hot dogs
The
in
official
Massachusetts.
expert of hot dogs for the
Why did
Fatty
you pick two
podcast.
Boston places?
Because I had a Boston place to call from. I saw it online. So never mind. Just forget it.
all good.
I concede. A hot dog is not a sandwich.
I agree.
I'm
Hot dog is
I'm
not
gonna
a
stick
sandwich.
to my guns and say technically it is. It's a piece
No,
of meat.
we just
between
call the
two.
hot dog lady. She's a professional.
So
That's
then a
what she
burger's a
does.
sandwich too.
A burger's a sandwich. Yes.
Yeah, burger.
about a
is
gyro?
sandwich. That's a sandwich. I already have validated that. I called the gyro place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess if the hot dog one counts for us, do we have to
If you
give
want me
that
to call the
No,
burger
okay.
place to decide, we
I
never had the
guess.
argument about burgers.
I
We
mean,
never.
that's
Yeah, because I
That's two people.
Yeah, I'm less against you on that one. I would say
But
it
we've
is a
never
sandwich.
argued about burgers
because
that
it's-
not that's
that's
a sandwich.
that's less of an argument.
Yeah, because it is a sandwich.
Right. It's
Okay.
the same ingredients and process.
Okay.
Just a different meat. Okay, the questions, Dali. What is the best sandwich? Not your favorite. What is the best? If you had to give one the crown.
Reuben.
What is your favorite flower?
Bush lilac.
What is the bush lilac from from where?
Up
California or up north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have lilac now, right? Is that the same one you
north.
like?
Nah.
Not that one. What is the scariest animal?
Snake.
Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
No.
What is the most underrated flower?
Alstroemeria.
What is the most overrated flower?
Peonies.
What is your go-to way to relax?
Read.
What are you reading?
The Perfect Marriage.
Is that a novel?
Yeah, I just started it. It's part of my book club that I just started since I have a lot of time now to relax.
My wife has tons of vampire sex books. If you want to read,
She's got the erotic
I have like
There's a bookshelf
I have
full
a
of them.
library
bookcase.
available of vampires
My grandmother had.
Have you read any of them?
sex books. No,
Why
Does
not?
she have
But-
like a sexy vampire name for you?
no.
What if he
No.
showed up one day dressed as one of the cover guys?
My grandmother had.
Maybe in the future. The way I look right now, I don't think so.
We'll get you the Fabio
But-
hair.
But no, I have read some of it. It's like,
like this
the
big-
vampire came into my room
my
and undressed me with his eyes. And
So
And
do
then-
you have like a cape and fang
Do-
teeth?
I was
Yeah,
going
right,
to say, does she
exactly.
make
We
you
can-
wear fangs?
We can get this happening.
he penetrated me with his throbbing member and shit like that.
You should get a long wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs the
Go,
Fabio
mama,
hair. Yeah.
go,
He's the
mama.
Fabio
So if
hair,
you want to
white
read
horse.
anything that's, vampire sex,
I'm a little embarrassed talking about it.
I have every book. I have
Dolly's,
every one of
Dolly's
them.
not gonna be able to
You
go
should
out
meet
there and
her
look at
book
mama.
club. They got a crazy book club. Hers.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, books, cool. What you get one artist or band to listen to for the rest of your life? Who would it be?
One artist to listen to?
One artist or band you can only listen to them.
Ooh. Stevie Nicks.
Another good one.
What kind of flowers do you want at your funeral? Or no flowers?
I want to be cremated.
Me too.
With no memorial service.
I was like, don't you still have a funeral?
No, I don't want it.
You don't want like a celebration of life or
Well,
anything?
at that point, like my parents are probably gonna, not be alive, and I'm not gonna have children, and don't have many friends.
Oh my God. It's horrible.
It's a good thing. I'm happy.
You don't think the flower industry friends and people you've known your last, how long have you been in the industry? 15 years?
13, 14, yeah. 14, I guess.
You don't think any of them would want to go?
Maybe, but I'm gonna be dead. I don't care. Like, I just want to move on. I want everybody to move on.
You don't want to become a tree or anything like that?
No, just throw me in the fucking, I don't know.
What do they
flush it
do
down
with your
the
ashes?
toilet.
Where
I
do you
don't
want your
care.
ashes? Yeah.
I'd say in the water somewhere, in a river or the ocean.
Any water?
Any. Flush it down the toilet.
Is
for
there
all
a
I
water
care.
that means something special to you? Like a specific ocean or lake?
No, any.
All right.
We love the water, so anywhere.
I have this thing where when I die, I get out of my body like Sam Wheat from Ghost, and I'm like stuck.
What are you planning on? You gonna make pottery? What are you gonna do?
Who are you gonna haunt?
I just have I have a
Like
feeling that
Edwin's
that's
never
how
gonna get laid again.
I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be out of my body looking down at myself, with Whoopi Goldberg.
Only one way to find out.
Do you know that movie,
Which one?
Ghost?
No,
You know the scene from Ghost, right?
probably if I
The
see
girl's
it.
making pottery and the ghost behind her is like holding her while she's making the pottery.
If I see it, I have to see
Kid's useless.
it. I just don't watch movies.
Next week we start his Joel's movie review segment.
Okay.
Next
great.
week on. All right,
Your first movie is Private Parts.
private parts.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Don't fuck that up.
I won't.
Fans are gonna be waiting for your reviews.
I got you.
Sorry, Dali.
No, we're good. Let's go.
One superpower. What would it be? You get one.
To be invisible.
What would you
Why?
do with your
Why?
invisibility?
Anything I wanted. Nobody would know I'm there. I'd be rich as hell. Powerful. I'd be like the silent partner in everything.
Pick a TV character or movie character to have lunch with.
Ooh. That's a good one. I'd say probably Marilyn Monroe.
Cool.
Wow.
That would be
Interesting.
fun.
Interesting.
I have some questions.
Okay.
Who'd you suck on?
Jesus, Joel.
Joel.
How Mike got him there.
That's cut.
And then the last question is, if you could pick someone to be a future guest on the podcast, who would you pick?
Michelle from Bluegrass Chic.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
She's on the list. We'll make that one happen.
Yeah,
How many holes in a straw?
one.
Thank you.
It's one big hole.
I think you were on the other side of it the last time we had that
Yeah,
conversation.
I heard it on the
Look it up.
podcast.
Look it up.
I think you were 2 holes the last time.
No, it's one big hole.
I don't know.
No, somebody
out.
said two. You said one big hole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one big hole.
You were flipped then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just listened to that episode.
All right, so Dali, last question.
Yes.
If there was someone who was maybe burnt out with the industry, or maybe they were thinking of switching, going from wholesale, going to an importer. If there was one piece of advice you could give them, what would it be?
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Nike.
Nike.
Just do it.
This
Um,
podcast has
Just do
been-
what?
Just switch.
Oh, okay.
Just do it. Switch. Your life will be better. I really don't. I would just say do it, Fern. I mean, you're already in the industry, so you have the skin in the game. You know how to deal with customers. I'd say just do the research of which company you're gonna go work for. Do your research. Make sure you do your research with multiple sources, not just take somebody's word for it.
Very true. Very true. I can only assume you did your research, right?
Absolutely.
Good. That's a good
Absolutely.
thing. That's a good thing. Well, Dali, we're super happy to have you aboard. Congratulations on all your recent success.
Thank you,
The future
guys.
is bright for you. She's already kicking ass this year. She's she's got big dreams, and she's on her way. She's well on her way. So kudos to you. Keep working it. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for being part of the family.
Thank
you,
you.
Dali.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you too.
Dali, Dali.
It's been an amazing episode. Thank you for listening to another awesome episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. I'm Fern, Joel, Ryan, Mike, and our awesome guest, Dali. Thank you so much. Have a great day.